Hey teammates, it's me Andrea again. So today we're gonna talk about Docker again, and we will see what is a Docker file and what is the structure of it. So first, what is a Docker file? When we need to build a Docker image, we have two options. The first one is find an existing image on Docker Hub and use it with the command docker run and the image name and the tag, like we see here. But Docker provides us the Docker file, which is a file that has the instructions to build an image. As we see in this image, we use our Docker file to build our image, and then we can run it into a container. So now we're gonna talk about the file structure. Here I want to show you the simple steps you need to create a Docker file. So here I have an example. First, we will need to define the Docker image with from. So we need to define the name and the tag, which is the version of the image. You can use the local image or a Docker Hub image too. Then we can use copy when we need to put some files into the specific location on the image directory. And then we can use worddir to change the location into the image directories, because probably we need to run some specific command there. And then we can use run to execute a specific command into the Docker image. And we can use with expose to define the ports we need to use. Next, we need to use cmd to define a default command we need to execute when the container runs. And then we can use emp to define environment variables. It's very important that values could be static, because if you need changing variables, it's better to use the variables into the Docker Compose, for example, because these kind of variables you define into Docker image will be always into the image. But probably in future, if we'll need to use the same variable into the Docker Compose, the value will be replaced, so no problem. But for me, it's better to use only environments that have static values. And here I have an example, a real example from a Node.js application. For example, here I'm using a Node.js image with the tag 447, and then I will copy the index probably in the source location into the Docker image. Then I'm gonna change the location with worddir into the source location to run an npm install and get all the dependencies from my Node.js application. And I will expose the port 3000, and at the end I will specify the command node index.js to start the application. And that is a good example of Dockerfile. So thank you for watching my video and subscribe to my channel. This is a kind of learning node for me, so we can learn together here. Goodbye.